Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. And guys, the reason I'm doing a lot more live streams rather than videos is purely because if I make a video, I have to record it first and then upload. With a live stream, I can see what you guys are saying from the get-go, from the start, and it's just a lot quicker. So I'm like, why not? Since you guys seem to be enjoying it a ton, I'm like, I can provide. The only problem for me, I guess, is that it takes a lot longer, but then again, it's also a lot more fun. So, yeah, guys, if you're watching this in hindsight or even right now, make sure you press that like button just to help me out a little bit on the channel here. And let's get crack-a-lackin'. All right, so, yeah, got a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, Market Meditations posted on their Twitter, breaking, banking giant Standard Chartered values Ethereum at $26,000 to $35,000. Storm from the East replies and says, for now. Well, the thing with Ethereum, guys, and of course, we're going to mostly talk about XRP here, but the thing with Ethereum is that I'm going to say there's a lot of potential in the crypto, and to be honest with you, I think that if you expect Bitcoin to go up, Ethereum will do so too. However, there's just a lot of other technologies like Algorand, Solana, Cardano right now, Polkadot, that all kind of are better than Ethereum and a lot cheaper. And so if I as a developer would have to choose something, I don't think I would ever choose Ethereum for the tech, only purely for the sense that there's more developers, more consumers on there right now. But long term, I don't really know, guys. I don't really know exactly why anybody would choose Ethereum, except for the fact that most people are on there. But yeah, things can really change from that perspective. All right, so that's really quickly what I want to put in. I think most cryptos will go up though, so it's not really a big problem. All right, let's see. Crypto Law posted over on his Twitter a regulator who always says no or takes too long to say yes. It's not serving investors well. New statement from Hester Peirce, clearly directed at the crypto community and her colleagues at the SEC. Once more, this is Hester Peirce, an SEC commissioner. I'm going to follow her. See shut this now. As regulators seek to protect investors from fraud and get them good disclosures, we ought to also respect investors' right to make decisions for themselves, which is a kind of a jab at Ripple in a positive sense. It's like a knock, because what Ripple said is we made a decision to pursue our business not knowing we were doing something wrong. And since there's no clarity, we had the right to do so. Otherwise, you're going to stifle all innovation, because if people are not allowed to try things and make their own choices in that regard, if there's no rules, then you can't do anything. To make decisions for themselves, experiment, and use the latest technology to trade and invest in. There's a fuller article basically that you guys can check out, but it's kind of interesting to me how indeed it's like a bad cop, good cop situation. Hester Peirce is doing a lot for the crypto space right now in terms of her talks. It's not really effective in the real world, but her showing this support, yeah, I guess I like that. It's just a nice little gesture already. Then we just saw this. Curious timing, don't you think, DAI? Because this article reads how Joseph Lubin from Ethereum and Consensus became Wall Street's crypto whisperer. So apparently this guy is the guy if you're trying to predict what crypto is going to do, right? Kind of funny to me, because obviously he's met with some of the SEC members before, and the entire Ethereum debacle is really a part that's debatable as it currently stands. A lot of people are calling him and the SEC out for some shady practices in the back end of things. And so I think it's rather funny how this article just came out now. Is it just now? Yeah, 14 hours ago. Him as a crypto whisperer when he literally had inside information. I guess that's pretty funny to me. All right, once more, that is pretty funny to me. And welcome everybody to the chat box again. I see a lot of you guys are always here, man. You guys are really, really dedicated to the craft. It's amazing, though, to see you guys all. You're invited, says, I missed you, brother. Missed you too, my friend. All right. Evening. Good evening. For me, it's about 8 p.m. right now, guys. What's the time for you all? 8 p.m. it is for me. That's 1 minute before 8 p.m., but you guys get it. All right. So this is what we read earlier, yesterday, I believe. John Bollinger said, now bullish on BTC to USD. Good risk to reward setup. First target the upper B band. Progressive stop under today's low. So the only thing I want to say about this one here, straight at the bat, is Yeah, I personally think right now the risk to reward is a lot better for Bitcoin than a little while ago. And I would personally say let's get into it rather than stay out of it because it's just worth it, right? A lot of people say, no, we're going to be falling down to the ground. Bitcoin 20K, Bitcoin 50K. No, I don't believe so. I think we have a way higher shot going towards the top. And I keep shouting that, but people would rather stay in their own sorrow in some way, shape, or form. Some weird, for some weird reasons. But I personally expect the top side. And John Bollinger is known for the Bollinger Bands. Very well known individual, by the way. You might have not heard of him. Well, now you do, right? These little lines there. He made that little indicator, and it's very, very popular. Very popular. Digital Asset Investor shared, I've watched 50 to 100 videos of Joe Lubin from after the Bill Hinman speech. Words mean nothing. Sorry guys, why am I sometimes I'm dumb, man. I can't read. Words mean things. It's exactly the opposite. Here are a few that he used over and over in describing Hinman's speech. Quote, network business model. End quote. New quote. Crypto fuel. Not selling large quantities to speculators and consumer token. Now, see the attached article from May 25th, 2018, 1 month before the Bill Hinman speech. Words mean things. Who helped Hinman write that speech now? So let's see, right? Lubin is, again, the guy that we were just talking about here, our crypto whisperer, so-called, which is, again, rather interesting. Let's read it from the get-go. Lubin said that as far as regulation is concerned, he's honed in on security laws. He said they are able to issue both security and utility tokens. Quote, we're focused on getting very clear definitions and helping regulators around the world understand that there are these network business models that benefit from membership tokens or tokens that represent consumption of scarce resources. And as long as these projects are selling tokens to token buyers, that make use of the token and they're not selling in large quantities to speculators or hoping to make money by the actions of others, that is a good, clean definition of a consumer token, said Lubin, who added that is absolutely what Ether is and described it as crypto fuel. Peculiar, very peculiar wording, I'm going to call it out for. We're focused on getting very clear definitions and helping regulators around the world. That's what Joe Lubin of Ethereum said. Understand that there are these network business models that benefit from membership tokens or tokens that represent consumption of scarce resources. That's what Ethereum is, huh? And as long as these projects are selling tokens to token buyers that make use of the token, and they're not selling in large quantities to speculators or hoping to make money by the actions of others, that is a good, clean definition of a consumer token. Very interesting. And it keeps going on, guys. This battle just keeps... Your voice lag? Not sure what's going on. But this just keeps going further and further and further, man. Big middle finger, I keep shouting. But I don't want to keep shouting it too much. I just want to give you guys all the new stuff that we've been finding out today. John Dean also shared this just now. Let me share one reason why XRP holders will prevail and why the SEC is dead wrong on the facts and the law as it relates to XRP. Amy Starr worked for Hinman at the SEC. Her words below prove that the SEC doesn't have jurisdiction over many of XRP holders' accounts, or XRP. And there's a little video attached here which says, found one clip of the 6/13/2018 crypto breakout session. Hinman deputy Amy Starr describes the spectrum on how to determine if something is not a security. She's describing XRP for a lot of people then and now. Please help us find the full video. Okay, let me actually press the like button so I can actually check this out. You're invited says, we are super dedicated to XRP. The thing is, guys, I'm not even 100% into XRP. I'm not saying XRP is the only crypto or the only coin you should hold. Right now, you guys know by now, my channel is a crypto channel. But right now, I personally think that XRP is the best risk to reward, which is why I cover it so ridiculously many times a day. Because I'm just trying to look up more and more and more for kind of our own beliefs, so to speak. But yeah, let's quickly see the video that I just pressed the like button on, if I can. I'll do it like this. Can I find it now? There we go. Okay, let me show it to you guys. Turned off. Going to 0. Sound all the way. I'll let you guys listen to my phone, by the way.
Satisfies, say, the Howey test for an investment contract is a security. If it's something that literally you are buying something that you're only going to use in an
I actually found, because I already listened to it, I actually find this one of the most difficult to describe speeches because she does describe the spectrum indeed of how to determine things, but it's not really clear exactly what she's meaning with that. She's just saying, yeah, there's different layers to this all. Now, the only problem here is mostly that we cannot find the entire video. People have been looking like crazy for all these Georgia State, I believe, university videos, and not that many have actually surfaced just quite yet. XRP is, okay, so John Dean has an end story to it all as well. This is from a couple of days ago. XRP is used by purchasers in ways unrelated to Ripple, fulfilling nearly all of SEC Amy Starr's criteria at the SEC event. Users have projects on the XP Ledger with no connection at all to Ripple, making it a used token under the Amy Starr test. Yeah, and no. Here's actually a full video of it. Oh, there we go. There's a full video. CryptoLaw says, thanks. That is plenary of the event. We found that earlier and posted the excerpt of Clayton. We are still hunting for the breakout that followed. Okay. He's got 2 videos as well. Here's the next day, June 14th. 2 videos. I will press the like button. I will actually retweet it too, because I'm not exactly sure what's in those. I didn't check that one out just quite yet, so I do not know. But that is interesting, right? There's another deputy here over in the SEC that has a different opinion on these security matters, and she's actually, I guess, in her own words, in some weird way, being kind of nice for Ripple. All right. Then John Dean said earlier, kind of a rant here, a very interesting rant. It's actually below the Star video, but I had the reply open. So he went on after that video saying, well, let me share one reason why XP holders will prevail and why the SEC is dead wrong on the facts and the law that as it relates to XP. Amy Starr worked for Hinman at the SEC. Her words below prove that the SEC doesn't have jurisdiction over many XP accounts. She says that if you're buying a token to use in an already existing platform, that token does not have the characteristics of a security. The XP Ledger is an open, permissionless, fully functional decentralized network that existed before Ripple. A user must purchase at least 20 XRP. A minimum of 20 XRP must be sent to an account on the XP Ledger to activate it. It's a ledger, code-enforced rule of the XRP Ledger, and acts as an anti-spam mechanism, which, by the way, David Schwartz has proposed to take down to 10, this 20 minimum, because right now you need to have 20 minimum XRP, which is rather annoying. Tristan says, sorry I'm late, brother. No worries, my friend. Glad you could still make it. And M says, Dusty, can we meet in Amsterdam? I'm thinking of maybe doing a meet and greet, or however you want to freaking call it, like a meet up for just a couple of the peeps over in Amsterdam, just for the people to just connect with each other. Because I'm thinking if I am there, right, it might help, because then maybe more people would show up. And if somebody random does a meeting in Amsterdam, not that many people might show. Then again, I'm also a little bit afraid because I don't really want to show just quite yet. So I'm kind of thinking like, maybe not. Then again, I also contacted a couple of people because when I was in Dubai, I said, hey, if anybody's in this area, come hit me up. And a couple of people did reply, but nobody showed up. So I'm like, maybe nobody would show up anyway. I'm not sure though, right? Because we have a lot of subscribers, but you don't know how many people would actually show up to something like that. And even though it's a big community, you never know. And I find that scary. What if I say, let's do it? And I sit there and nobody actually comes? Yeah, I would go home crying. That would be pretty funny. And by the way, guys, if you're watching right now, make sure you press the like button. It doesn't give me any money, doesn't do anything too crazy. All it does is make the live stream or the video do just a teeny weeny bit better. All right, so that's why I always request it, because it helps out a little bit. Giannis says, I would come from Belgium. Holy smokes. Giannis, you would actually drive all the way over there? Crazy, man. All right, okay. Maybe won't put another. Would be really funny, though. You guys are talking about the SEC using certain substances, huh? I don't want to talk about that too much. All right. So the 20 XRP are locked up in an account and can't be spent. Every account on the XP Ledger consumes space and bandwidth. Thanks to the 20 XRP reserved, an account always has value, allowing the ledger to reuse your existing account instead of activating new accounts all the time. Also, it acts as an incentive to stick to your account and thus build a trustworthy identity-like account. This prevents burning through accounts with different wallet addresses every time you use the XP Ledger. The SEC knows it has no jurisdiction over users of the network. Amy Starr acknowledges this in the above clip. Joe Lubin tried to argue this about Ethereum before the free pass. And there's a link here to a video by Digital Asset Investor in 2018 as well. Fluidity Summit, May 17, 2018. Let's actually listen to this one as well. Now that we're live streaming, I guess I have more room to just show you guys all the videos in the world. So,
Very confident
let me show you guys this as well. Let's go from the start. It's about 2 minutes. Joe Lubin to prove a point. Let's see.
And we're very confident that we understand how to do that without.
And you know, somebody actually told me a little while ago. Let me start again. That he's actually a lizard for how he moves his freaking mouth. Take a little bit of a look at that, how he moves it. I really laughed for a little second when I saw somebody say it.
And we're very confident that we understand how to do that without regulatory bodies considering those kinds of token securities.
So you're of the opinion that today there's no chance that Ethereum can be deemed a security?
So with respect to Ether, now we did our legal homework a long time ago. We delayed our token launch for about 7 months. Ether was never considered a cryptocurrency. We always considered it a fuel, one of the first crypto commodities, something like that. And essentially because people are donating their resources, it started out quite decentralized. It was in a context in which there were nobody had heard the term ICO. It wasn't an ICO. We called it a token launch. It was sold very explicitly to software developers, to people who intended to use the system. It was not sold for speculative purposes. We're very confident that it started decentralized and people bought it for those reasons, and that it has grown radically decentralized and never was a security and certainly isn't now.
So here's a little video from Vitalik.
So for the audience that are non-technical people, right, and they want to invest into Ethereum, how can, first of all, how does that work? I mean, when you guys were going to launch in February, now it's been put right, you know?
So it's not the launch that we have. So we are going to start the Ether pre-sale in a couple of weeks. So the Ether pre-sale will be an opportunity for anyone to purchase Ether. For Ether is the internal currency inside of the Ethereum system, sort of like the XRP and Ripple.
Now, is there a big window of opportunity for people to get in, or is there just like a one-day
No,
opportunity?
it's something we're thinking of. It might be 45 days, it might be 30, it might be 60 days.
Okay, so it's plenty of time, sort of an incremental thing, so the earlier you go
Yes, the earlier you get in, the better a price you get.
Point being, it was just a sale for the sake of being a sale. Now, there's a couple of discussions about that going back and forward. It's also a discussion about who exactly was intended to use the system. And it was not for speculative purposes, but he kind of rebuttals that by saying, nah, I mean, anybody could buy it. Yeah, we don't know how long. We don't know exactly what for and all that stuff. Let's see. Let's go further on, though. Let's go on with the discussion. If we can load back in. Here we go. Here we go. All right. The SEC knows this is a huge problem. When trying to make its case against XRP, it's why they don't want XRP holders in the case. Users are a death blow to the case. Look at the section of the complaint below. The SEC has tried to convince the court that there are no XRP users. Okay, let's check that out. So, page 63 of 79 of document number 46, so very early in the lawsuit in February. 5. In the offering, Ripple did not sell XRP for use or as currency. A. No significant non-investment use for XRP exists, and Ripple do not sell XRP in the offering for use. How does this, because that I do not know. How does he mean that the SEC is alleging that XRP has no users? It just says that Ripple did not sell XRP for the use. It doesn't necessarily say that XRP has no users at all, I think. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, though. I guess that part is kind of wrong from John Dean then. It's like he's overdoing it a little bit, I think. However, let's move on. The above information is one reason why Ripple didn't object to XRP holders being granted intervention. I think they actually didn't object because, think about it. If Ripple were to go against the XRP holders, that would be a really, really big blow to their credibility and their goodwill. If Ripple, as a company, went against XRP holders, all they could have done to go against it is say, well, why would they intervene when you, as the SEC, are clearly supposed to and sworn to protect them? That's the only probable, or no, sorry guys, good defense they could have ever given, right? To kind of be against it. Otherwise, it would have been really, really stupid if Ripple was all of a sudden against XP holders. The above information is one reason why. the SEC did object. When it comes to the utility of XRP outside of the Ripple cross-border payment use case, Ripple actually defers to XP holders. And when Ripple was asked in a sworn interrogatory about all the different use cases for XRP, they directed the SEC to my letter on behalf of XP holders when I referenced many of the use cases for XRP developed independent of Ripple. The above is only one of the many reasons why XP holders need to be allowed to participate in this case. The SEC refuses to limit its allegations to only include XRP sales by Ripple. It insists on claiming that all XP are securities. It's why Coinbase suspended trading. We will prove today's XRP is not a security because we have the facts and the law on our side. We also have the best web sleuths in the game with Digital Asset by Backer Bradley, Sento Sumasaba, and others hunting for truth and justice. Prayers to Witzevin for XPL knowledge. Yeah. I do wonder what's going to come out of this motion to intervene as well, guys. It's been a long time since it was filed, and no decision has been made just quite yet. But I do really wonder what eventually it'll turn out to be. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now, make sure you press the like button. Right now, we are at about 140 likes. Let's get to about 200. We almost have 500 people watching, guys. Make sure you get to 500 likes. 200 likes, not 500. Even though we've had 3,000 people stop over and say hi, I would say 200 is good enough. Just to show that you want to support a little bit. That's all it does. It just helps out the channel. As I've said before, it doesn't grab me any money, doesn't do anything crazy. It shows this to more people, and I keep saying to you guys as well, at one point or another, everybody in the world is going to be exposed to crypto, I personally think. I mean, the people that are in that niche, so to speak. But the sooner, the better for us. Like for the most part, the sooner the better. And so the more people that we share it with, I guess, the better as well. On a grand scale, right? If, of course, you tell your friends, I don't really feel as if too much is going to change. But if you really tell the masses about crypto, so many people are going to invest. It's crazy. And I'm not saying, you should go tell people to invest. No. I'm just saying, piece by piece, of course, crypto's price will go up as more people get interested in it and more people would want it, right? And the more that crypto spread, the more of a snowball effect is going to be. And eventually, the more people are interested, the higher the price will be. At least my own expectation, right? Serge Kepto says, never-ending story. It kind of is, though. I mean, it kind of is. We know there's an end to it, which cannot be further than, let's say, about 12 months away. I think at maximum we have about 6 months left, which is still a very long time, though. I hope it's going to be resolved a lot sooner. However, it does indeed feel a little bit like a never-ending story, to be honest with you. Now, a lot of people actually also asked me if I think that the XP price can pump before a settlement or before a summary judgment conclusion. Yes, I do believe so. I mean, there's a couple ways in which it could happen, but the most easy way to just make money with XRP, guys, is definitely going to be some sort of conclusion from the SEC or this lawsuit specifically. It's just the easiest and the heftiest way, where we'll most likely make the most amount of money in a very short time. So, if you want an answer, that is your answer. Now, to talk about Ethereum for just a second, once more, like I already said at the start of the video, I personally think that all these prices that people put up, like 25,000, 26,000, 35,000 for ETH, are not actually crazy. Same thing for people calling Cardano to $100. It's a little bit far away for right now, but I do think it can eventually happen. Same thing for XRP at $100. People laugh at me now when I say it, but I think it's a lot easier than a lot of other cryptos going up. Same thing for Bitcoin at $1 million. I just think it'll all happen, guys. So when people laugh at me for all those predictions, I just laugh back thinking, you know what? You stay narrow-minded, I just have an open vision, because I remember for myself just how small crypto still is in the grand scheme of things. But like CZ said over on Binance, and like I've been sharing with you guys for so many years by now, I think crypto is the next big thing. It can be a, let's say, $500 trillion market, so to speak, in due time. People don't know how much money goes around in currencies, and it could literally be that crypto will be bigger than anything we've ever seen before. It's just so funny that people can't really think that far. This crypto stuff can really get further than any other thing you've ever known in your life before. Why? Because the price and the market cap can literally go up without new injections. It's just what people value it. And even in the broadest theory, the value of cryptocurrencies, the entire market cap, can be higher in terms of market cap than the actual market cap of all currencies in the world. It's funny, but officially it's possible. I don't think that's going to happen ever because, of course, the market caps of all currencies in the world are just so high that you can never really get close. But theoretically speaking, it's possible. Now, Johnny just said over on his Twitter, you know, this is the fun part of XRP, right? I mean, pretty soon, we're going to be bidding on the same mansions, yachts, and jets. We're going to hate each other. I know, not everyone wants that. Some want a ranch and some llamas. Either way, hope we all get what we want. Insert the obligatory I want financial freedom comment, because that's what a lot of people are here for. Yeah, fair, right? I mean, to be honest with you, it is the most fun part right now. People are often forgetting an area in which you can buy these cryptos at a reasonable price is actually a lot more fun than when they are at the moon. Why am I saying that? Well, because for me right now, Cardano is at the moon, and I'm actually not enjoying my time here. I much more enjoyed when I could just buy a freaking ton of it at cheap prices and feeling good when I could buy another 1,000 coins or 10,000 coins. Now, buying 1,000 coins is freaking $2,000. Back then it was kind of like, oh, okay, another 20 bucks, you know, throw another 100 bucks at it. Now it's, ooh, okay, you want to buy another 1,000? Yeah, it's going to be $3,000. Like, oh, that's not nice. I liked it a lot more when it was about 100 bucks to buy them. And from that perspective, it's a lot more fun, I think, to buy in when it's in a bear market or just doing bad. The only thing is to get your mental into the game that you can buy low and buy when it's in a bear market and then either sell once in a bull market or hold on through. But just the buying in a bear market is so difficult. Almost every single time the prices go down, you keep thinking, but what if it goes down further? Or, what if it goes down from here? And that's what's limiting you. That's really what's limiting you. Is that mental block that a lot of people have. Even I have it, though. Because I sometimes think, should I spend more tether on it? And they're like, no, because it will go down further. And then I keep thinking, no. That's what I always say. Should just buy it anyway. If it goes down further, I'll buy more. Or I've been left out for a couple of cents extra then. But by the time that it goes down so much, I'll have more money anyway, and I'll buy a little bit extra then. That's at least my thought process nowadays. So the only thing I wish I still did is I have a good chunk of, look, guys, let's go a couple of years back, right? I had one little job from somebody, and he basically gave me the option, do you want to, no, never mind, it's different. I basically asked to be paid in Ethereum. This is about, I think, 2 years ago now. I wanted to be paid in Ethereum. He said, fine. After a little while, he didn't want to pay in Ethereum anymore. He wanted to pay in some sort of stablecoin. I don't remember which one. And I said, you know what, that's fine by me too. I don't really care. Now, the problem lies in the fact that if I had only accepted the Ethereum, because whenever I get crypto, I don't sell it. It's only when I get USDT that I sometimes think, I'm not going to change it over to crypto. If I get crypto, I don't sell it. If only I kept it in Ethereum and I just, told him to send it over in Ethereum. You know the amount of money I would have today, guys? You don't want to think about it. You don't want to think about it. Because it's so crazy. If I just put the USDT or whatever, or the fiat that I had back then, a couple years back, into crypto, and that's what I sometimes still hold dearly. Just, if you're too afraid to invest, yeah, that's going to haunt you for a long time. I'd rather just invest and go down with my ship than not invest at all. All right, so Bank just said, Ripple has been asking for guidance since 2013. That's the truth. So Ryan Sulkis of Masari said over on his Twitter, there's no other way to say this. The chairman of the SEC is simply lying to people. Yeah. Talk to us. Come in. Engage. Ask permission. Then a platform like Coinbase does just that. And they get a Wells notice versus guidance. Why should anyone trust the SEC or its leadership? And I put this over on Twitter yesterday too, guys. Ripple and Coinbase and most likely a ton of other companies have been trying to get the guidance. The problem is the companies don't really want to give it. And what I mean with the companies is the SEC or FinCEN or any of those other guys, the CFTC. Because I would say that any of those parties could say, SEC step down, right? This is our territory. But they don't. They don't want to. They don't do it. I personally think they just don't want to for some reason we cannot fathom just quite yet. But eventually we will see, right? Right now it feels like the SEC is going for a power grab because it's just also strange. Now, the chair of the SEC is warning that crypto trading platforms are putting their own survival at risk unless they heed his call to work with the nation's regulatory framework. Gary Gensler told the Financial Times that while he remained technology neutral, crypto assets were no different than any others when it came to such public policy imperatives as investor protection, guarding against illicit activity and maintaining financial stability. At about $2 trillion of value worldwide, it's at the level and the nature that if it's going to have any relevance 5 and 10 years from now, it's going to be within a public policy framework, he said. History just tells you it doesn't last long outside. Finance is about trust, ultimately. Gensler expressed his disappointment with the industry's response to his suggestion that trading platforms register with the SEC on the grounds that a sufficient number of crypto qualify as securities. Talk to us. Come in, he said. There are a lot of platforms that are in operations today that would do better engaging, and instead there is a bit of begging for forgiveness rather than asking for permission. And the fun part is Ripple and all these platforms ask for permission, but they're not getting it. Nico says Dusty is a stockholder of Bybit. I wish, man. I think that company does really good. I wish. If it was possible, I would definitely do it. But Bybit is such a big company, so me having stock wouldn't do anything. But if you're asking me, would I get into the stock if I could? Yeah, I would. JJ Rose says, XP will not go above $2, you guys wait. That's very funny. I've heard that a couple of times before. I've also heard a ton of people say XP will never go above $1. You know, you're always going to have people like that. You're always going to have people like that. Ethan says, Dusty, what do you think about converting your 401k holdings into crypto? Good idea, bad idea, neutral? Neutral, very much neutral. Because from one perspective, I'm going to say, yeah, it's a very smart idea. From another perspective, I'm thinking, no, 401k should be, more longer term things. So I would say neutral. It's like a 50-50. Maybe a part in crypto wouldn't be too bad, but going full crypto would be kind of risky. Then again, from another perspective, it also depends on how old you are. The older you are, the more risk averse you should be. And that's that. And the King RC says, Dusty, is the Ledger Nano S or X worth it? I would say yes, personally. It is. All right, Pompliano just shared this news that Ukraine has officially passed a law that legalized Bitcoin. And all I can say about this is, okay, be careful. All right, let's be careful, because if we get another El Salvador situation, we're going to get another dump going on. I wouldn't like that. So from that perspective, I'm not sure if I can be extremely happy with this, but I guess it's nice news though, right? If we look at the official news, it's pretty nice. Now, I have actually not confirmed this on any other sources. I can actually look that up here. Ukraine Bitcoin. Let's actually see if we can find it somewhere else. 20 hours ago on NASDAQ, Ukraine has legalized Bitcoin. Ukraine parliament passed a law that legalizes and regulates Bitcoin in the country, providing official clarity on the asset. And then it says, Ukraine's latest country to legalize Bitcoin as the crypto slowly goes global. And all those articles say almost the same thing. That's pretty good, guys. That's pretty juicy. Pretty nice. Then Mr. Will shared this over on his Twitter. Coinbase playing victim and crying about SEC the day after halting everyone's trading and withdrawals to stop people from selling is hilarious to me. And he's referring now to the fact that if you were a Coinbase user, for a good while there, you could actually not sell your cryptos a couple days ago. Because every time that the crypto market crashes, Coinbase crashes with it. Now, from one perspective, I think it's kind of logical that Coinbase crashes because their influx of capital, or the influx of load basically, is so ridiculously high. It can be spikes of, let's say, 10,000% or so within a couple of minutes all of a sudden, right? From that perspective, yeah, Coinbase has a right to kind of get their site shocked a little bit. Because think about it like this, guys. If you're running a website that can, for example, handle 10 million people, because you on average get about 1 million people a day, with outliers at 1.5 million. But your website can hold 10 million people. But all of a sudden there's 100 million people. Yeah, you didn't prepare for that. You didn't prepare the bookies for that. And that's because if you were to always prepare for 100 million, you would first of all overpay very much significantly, but also it's just not efficient at all. No company does that by overpaying for something or over preparing for something to that degree, 100 times more. No, you do, for example, let's say 5 times as high as a kind of an outlier prevention. But as I've read in Coinbase's reports, they just get such huge inflows of people that there's no other way around it. And I do respect them for, I guess, still getting these things aligned rather quickly. Are they good at what they're doing? Debatable. I mean, Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges for a good reason, because they're pretty easy to view. They're pretty simple with all things, I guess. They're just kind of trustworthy. They're not the best, though, in almost any way, shape, or form. Customer service is horrible. I don't know exactly what is good about them, to be honest with you, except for the fact that you feel safe. If you ever want to Coinbase, it feels like it's kind of the safest one to go for in comparison to other cryptos. Other exchanges, kind of. Like, yeah, that's I guess the biggest plus for Coinbase on my end. Then Status shared this over on his Twitter: the psychology of crypto market cycle. And where are we now? Well, if I were to guess, I would say that we are still hovering somewhere between the optimism and belief stage. And he's referring here to a little picture from, just the market cycle, basically. Bottom being fear, top side being greed, and we can be somewhere throughout this entire process here. This is something which a lot of people use. Now, guys, I personally find it really difficult to also put ourselves on the map right here, because theoretically speaking, we could be in this kind of a little bit before panic phase, a little bit after capitulation, right? Because Bitcoin could have hit 60,000 there, and right now you're, for example, here at complacency, or all the way here at panic, or a little bit before that in this kind of wave. Because if you look at the Bitcoin chart, it can look like either. Then again, it can also literally be, for example, right here in this point where we've just hit a all-time high a little while ago. And we're just coming back before optimism starts and before belief and thrill and euphoria. Because the difficult part is we already had euphoria when Shiba was doing good, when SafeMoon was doing good, and when people were going crazy about NFTs. Then again, right now, people are still going crazy about NFTs, and people are just hoping for a really better future. So then I'm thinking, maybe it's like optimism because people are just generally excited. And this was a dip in our optimism because of the situation with El Salvador and the open interest. Then again, it can be everywhere. And that's the problem with these market cycles. You know how they work? We all know. We can all understand it in theory. But really using it or seeing that in a kind of practical sense is almost impossible. Lassa says the sideways graph is kind of boring. While Bitcoin is circling around 47,000, many alts do the same stuff. Yeah, right now we're going sideways for a little bit, but that's of course also good for us because I just deposited a couple of days ago already now a fat bag to Bybit. I'm going crazy on the longs on almost every crypto because I believe when they pop off, they'll pop off like crazy. And so I'm kind of preparing for that already right now. And then we have this right here, little fun thing by Jeremy Hogan. I just laughed a little bit. I had a little good giggle. Maybe you guys have one too. Here's my trial schedule through 2020. It's 2022. By chance, I have no trial schedules from January 14th through March 28th. So I have gone ahead and penciled in the SEC v Ripple trial in here. Call me Ripple and I'll be there, which I just found pretty funny, you know. What if they actually called Jeremy Hogan? What if they actually did? What if all of a sudden in one of those calls we hear, yeah, this is Jeremy here? Or what if you just hear me in one of those calls? Right? They just called me in to be an attorney. I don't know anything about the law, but still it would be pretty funny though. And of course, that's also what matters. In a lawsuit, it's all about the fun. It doesn't matter exactly what you're doing in terms of lawyers and stuff. No. It's about fun. All right, guys. So, again, that was our kind of conclusion for today. A lot of stuff we've just read. A lot of BS in this SEC lawsuit. It never stops. It never really does. More information being found. A lot of clips we showed to you guys. Ethereum's high expectations by freaking Standard Chartered. I guess that's one of the biggest parts for today, that they're valuing it so high. If it were to be JP Morgan, I would say, screw this. Because, I mean, JP Morgan always has these crazy expectations where they change it next week. But I don't know, Standard Chartered, I've never seen these predictions from them before. So I'm a little bit more excited about what they're valuing then. XRP, this is the most, I guess, important thing to kind of take away from today. The lower the price is, the better of a position you're in. This is something which a lot of people don't understand but have to get towards. The lower the price, the better of a position you're in. The lower the price, the safer you are. The higher the price, the less safe inherently. Something you really got to get into your head. But once you understand it, you'll be really well off. And by the way, guys, we have about 600 people watching right now. If you enjoy these live streams, make sure you press that like button. Let's get to 300 likes right now to just show a little bit of appreciation. Does it really matter? No, but I just like it when people press the like button. That's basically all to it. And let's see, guys, the SEC. Oh, let me actually take this away again. Make sure you press the like button as I just said. And also, subscribe to the channel. Why not? Let's see. Angela says September 16th is microcycle low. I mean, that stuff could all be. I don't really know, guys. I don't really know anything about that for right now. Let's quickly check out how the market is doing, by the way. I haven't checked it out in like an hour and a half. Let's see. Is anything special happening right now over in the rankings? We have Bitcoin being neutral, Ethereum being neutral, a little bit negative, ADA being slightly positive, BNB being slightly positive, but not neutral basically. USD neutral, Solana pumping a little bit, but back to $190. XRP being neutral, Dogecoin neutral. Polkadot is pumping a little bit. Funny enough, I just bought Polkadot and VeChain for one of my relatives. USDC is doing neutral. Uniswap is doing neutral. Chainlink is doing good. A little bit good. I also just bought Chainlink, but I guess I bought it too late because it's now down most likely. BUSD is neutral. Obviously, it's at $1. One though. Litecoin, neutral. Algorand still up about 40%. FTT still doing, I guess, okay. So is Avax. Matic, okay. No, okay. So nothing too crazy. Atom is, I guess, pumping. I didn't know about that. So is XTZ. Those two I haven't covered. I'm not exactly sure why those were pumping specifically. Elrond doing pumpy as well. Good. But nothing that I really didn't expect, though, guys. We're still within margin. Solana's come down rather significantly. It's pretty funny to me, though, how that one is pumping and dumping. I'm also going to say, guys, don't give up on Solana just quite yet. We might get even a crazier crazier little week or so after this one because of the movement that we've just seen. Like ADA hitting $3, Solana hitting 220. You kind of have another one of those. Way live, no? I don't know what you mean, Trond. Hey, Dust, do you have Algorand? A little bit. I've been sharing that a lot over on Patreon, but it's already been a couple of months since I really was stacking it up. I haven't bought any Algo in a very long while here, to be honest with you. But the same thing goes for XDC and QNT. You guys have been spamming it to me. Algo, XDC, QNT. And that's why I've been buying it. Mostly because of what you guys were saying, to be honest with you. But yeah. All right. Vichin is going to surprise everybody. I personally think Vichin is one of those best cryptos out there. I've shared that a ton of times already before, though. Guys, it's getting dark outside. I want to still run to the store. I'm going to end the stream right here. I'm going to see you guys a little bit later. I don't know what I'm going to get. I think I'm going to get like a waffle and some ice cream, maybe something like that. I don't really take too much sugar, but, you know, today, a little bit of fun. Why? I don't know. It's a good, I feel like it's a good day today. I feel like it's a good day today. Even though there's a couple of things which happened today which I'm not happy about. It's generally speaking been a good day. I'm enjoying it. It's wonderfully warm still. So, I'm going to have a little ice cream thingy. Check it out. Hey, Roddy M came in with the $5. I almost missed it, buddy. I almost ended the stream already. He says, XRP on sale. Buy, and hold. Now, that's not advice, Roddy. Please be careful with that. I never advise people to do something. However, it is something which I'm also on the same type of frontline for. It's like, right now, we have an XRP discount. It's at least 20% cheaper than you could have bought it a couple of days ago. And so, even though we're back to prices of about a week ago, we're still pretty low in my own opinion. So, I'm excited about XRP, guys, and I'll stick with XRP to the bitter end. But I think it's going to do miracles. Let's put it like that. So once more, thank you very much, Roddy M, for the $5. And thank you guys all for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate every single one of you. Chadwick, try a root beer float. All right, guys. See you all later in a little bit. Most likely somewhere later today. Make sure you subscribe. Because we'll be back later.